Hello viewers, good morning. Welcome to CEC Gurukul online lectures. I am Dr. Parveen Sharma. We have started a series Education for Environmental Awareness, and out of this series today we will discuss on the topic Environmental Education Objectives and Methods. You know, we are fortunate that nature has provided us with enough natural resources. We have fresh air to breathe, clean water to drink, and for other purposes. We have fertile land for crops, but unfortunately, out of our greed or it may be our ignorance, we have depleted the resources, we have polluted the air, we have polluted the water, and we have turned fertile land into a barren one. It is posing a great threat to the whole of the humanity on this planet. It is high time that we should be aware, and environmental education is the need of the hour to open our eyes, to make everyone aware, to learn that we must protect our environment. And this is environmental education only. Through this process, we can make everyone aware how to protect our land, air and water, because if we protect our environment today, it will be better for whole of the humanity. See, let us discuss what is environmental education. The educational process in which we study a relationship of man with his natural and cultural surroundings is environmental education. As I am speaking to you, that it is high time that we must make our youngsters and the whole of the masses aware about the importance of environment, and this is the environmental education which can solve the purpose. It deals with sustainable development and environmental preservation and protection, because we have everything to fulfill our needs, but it is a great danger for whole of the humanity that the natural resources are being depleted. If these natural resources are being depleted, then we can imagine what can happen in the future. In it we study the management of natural resources, law, social aspect and religion. Sustainability of the human race on the earth is possible through environment, as it gives a life support system. So this is the environmental education only which can save the human race on the earth, and this is very significant. Environment fulfills all our needs and recycle and restore the waste released by man, but in a limited way. And the natural resources are being exploited by industrialization, urbanization and population growth. It leaves a great pressure on environment. See, we have enough natural resources, but we have polluted the air, we have polluted the water. You can see in this picture that our efforts, or what we are doing, we are just throwing the garbage on the seaside. So we have doing what we are doing, we have polluting the water, then we have polluted the land. As I was speaking to you earlier few seconds ago, that we have turned our fertile land into a barren one, because we are just throwing the garbage on the land. This has created ecological imbalance, as it brings forth the necessity of imparting environmental education and creating awareness among the masses and students specifically. No, environment education can help in better understanding, appreciation and proper utilization of natural resources. It is high time that we all must understand that how to use the natural resources in a judicious manner, because for economic development, industrialization has made our life comfortable, but on the other hand, we have to realize, we have to understand and we have to appreciate and proper utilization of natural resources, because if we are overusing is or misusing the resources, then a time is not far when all the natural resources will be depleted. Just imagine what will happen, what our future generation will do if we keep on overusing or misusing these natural resources. So, this is posing a great danger to all of the humanity. So, we have to protect the earth, we have to protect our planet, and for this environmental education can play a vital role to make everyone aware, to make realize that what we should do. Of course, in the coming session, we will discuss what are the strategies we should apply and what should be the role of teacher to teach the students in the class, that how to protect the environment, what kind of activities a teacher can organize. See, the concern of keeping environment safe and protected is not of a locality, not of a nation, rather entire humanity is facing the global problem. It is not a problem at local level or of a particular community, rather it is a problem of at a global level. So, everyone has to realize this is the need of the hour. The discussion and highlighting the importance of protection of environment is not sufficient. It must be geared into practice. You know, if we keep on discussing theoretically and we keep on just inserting the methods and strategies in our textbook and we discuss in the classroom, but if we do not practice it and we do not make our students realize how to practice it, then it will not solve the purpose. So, discussion is not sufficient, it must be geared into practice. You know, it is high time that a new understanding and awareness should be developed among all about man's relation to the environment. We have to understand the relationship between man and environment. It becomes imperative to know the causes and effects of this environmental degradation or pollution. We have to find out the strategies, but before that, one must be clear that what are the causes, what we are doing, how we are bringing the harm to the environment, to the nature, and how from our activities the environment is being degraded or polluted, and what are the impact coming on the life, on the human being or on the animals or on the plants. You know, if we want our masses to protect and save the environment, environmental education can play a big role to aware and educate all. If we want that our nature should be protected and our natural resources should be conserved for the future generation, then we have to educate all through environmental education. We must consider it a global problem, so everyone has to play its role. You know, through the process of environmental education, the necessary values, skills and attitudes can be developed to appreciate relations of man with his culture and biophysical surroundings, because I was speaking to you that nature has provided us with enough natural resources, but it is our activities that out of our greed or maybe out of our ignorance we are just depleting the resources and we are polluting the environment. So, if we provide environmental education to the students in the institutions and to the community through locality camp or other medias I will discuss with you, then the necessary values which are required to be developed or to be acquired by the individuals, and what are the skills and how the attitude of human being should be, it can be developed through this environmental education. So, environmental education is really very significant to make the people aware, to realize the importance of keeping the environment protected. If I talk about historical background, in 1990 a seminar in Hyderabad was organized named as Survival 2000 by Birla Science Center, Hyderabad, wherein the scientists expressed their fear that man is rushing towards extinction, because at that time all the scientists, they were afraid of it, that if the activities of the human beings are keep on going on like this, then it time is not far when the life will be extincted. Carbon dioxide, methane and sulfur fumes, holes in ozone layer is a great threat to humanity. In the greed of high living standard and comforts, man has become victim of these products, because we are having enough resources to fulfill our needs, but man wants more and more comforts and luxurious life. So, for having comfortable life, luxurious life, what the man is doing? Man has become victim of these products. It is afraid that these may choke the earth, because human being is misusing the natural resources. Then time is not far when the earth may choke. We are aware about the climate change. Already there is a shift in seasons. We are aware about the climate change and a shift in seasons. The spontaneous changes in nature affect the climate, which consequently bring a negative effect to health and life of humans and animals, because when there is a sudden change in the nature, sudden change in the climate, when there is a shift in the nature or in the seasons, it brings a negative effect and the diseases come. Out of it, the life of human beings and animals as well get affected in a negative way, and it affects the plants and vegetations also. See, in this pic you can see how the animals are eating the garbage. So, life of animals is being affected, and why it is happening? Because we are throwing the garbage in an unplanned manner. So, this way the life of animals is being affected. See, in the next pic, plants being affected, because there is a sudden change in the climate, there is a shift in the seasons, and the activities of the human being is like that the plants are being affected. When the plants are being affected, when the crops are burned, then what we will eat? So, definitely our steps or we can say that we are rushing towards turning the fertile land into a barren one. And further, we have seen through these pics that we are fortunate that by nature we have been provided pure air, pure water and a good land, but out of our activities we have brought a havoc to our lives. Then we say environmental education will definitely help the people to manage the resources and reduce environmental damage, because We have to learn that how to manage these resources in a wise manner, so that our need is fulfilled, and in the market, or I mean to say in the field of industrialization, we may not lag behind. So we have to learn how to keep ecological balance, because when there is a equilibrium in the nature, then our life will be safe. So environmental education can teach our students to will help them to realize that how to keep a equilibrium or ecological balance in the environment. In fact, environmental education aims at bringing ecological balance. Through education, we teach our students how to keep the eco in a balanced manner, comprising of protection and conservation of resources, and also control of environment, pollution or degradation. We can teach our students in the institutions or the locality or the community, in other camps, etc., in other methods, that how to protect the environment. Through environmental education, problems related to environment, pollution can be identified and methods can be suggested to solve the problems, because there are different problems, different type of pollution, and there are different causes and different impact. So through environmental education, we can make the students aware or learn or identify that what are the causes of this particular problem or particular pollution, and what are the strategies we can apply, and what efforts we should do. It has been described: education for the environment, education about the environment, and education through the environment. So, I will discuss some of the definitions of environmental education before I discuss the objectives, scope and methods. See, the literal meaning of environmental education is, according to literal meaning, the aspects and importance of nature in the life of man come under environmental education. Then further, according to Organization of American States Conference on Education in 1971, environmental education involves teaching about value judgments and ability to think clearly about complete problems about the environment, which are as political, economical and philosophical as they are technical. And according to Finnish National Commission for UNESCO 1974, environmental education is a way of implementing the goals of environmental protection. So, we have seen the different definitions given by different persons and commission. So, we are clear that environmental education is important to protect the environment. Environmental education is not a separate branch of science or subject of study. It should be carried out according to the principle of lifelong integral education, meaning by it has to be learnt or practiced like an integral part of education, part of our life. So, environmental education is related to almost all subjects. The relationship between man and nature is studied here. It focuses on improving the quality of environment. Of course, when we teach our students the environmental education, they will learn how they can improve their quality of environment, because this way they will learn how to keep the balance in the environment. See, we will discuss what are the characteristics of environmental education. It is providing information about culture and nature. It is analyzing and visualizing different aspects of nature. Then it is enabling to know interaction between nature and man. Then it is giving information about changes in environment, because there are changes occurring very suddenly in environment. So, giving information through environmental education is possible. Then flexibility in environmental study, giving the picture of total environment and not the immediate one. See, after knowing the characteristics of environmental education, let us discuss what are the objectives of environmental education. First, the awareness, to help individuals to develop an awareness and sensitivity towards environmental and its related problems. Then the second objective is knowledge. We have to give knowledge through environmental education to the learners, so that we can help individual to understand and acquire knowledge of environment and its related aspects. Then attitude, to bring a change in the attitude, how will we look at the environment is very important. So, through environmental education, it is possible to help individuals and social groups acquire values and concern for protection of environment. Then skills, to help individuals learn the skills for identifying and solving environmental problems. Then we talk about evaluation. It is another objective of environmental education, to help individuals and groups evaluate environmental methods and programs in terms of ecology, political, economical, social, aesthetic and educational factors. Then we talk about participation, to help individuals and social groups a sense of responsibility in taking a suitable action to solve the environmental problems. Then analysis, to help the individuals and social groups to analyze the efforts and results. Then diagnosing, to help the learners to diagnose the causes of social problems and suggest ways to remove them. So, well, by now we have discussed the importance of environmental education and the objectives and characteristics of environmental education, because this is environmental education which can open our eyes that what havoc we have brought to our lives, and this is high time that we should learn how to protect the environment and use the natural resources in a judicious manner. Thank you.